Well, we're going to get into an interview with the first guest that we've got on the show today. Now, the first guest that I've got with me in the studio today go by the names Mathman and Mango. Now, these guys have come here today all the way from Dublin in Ireland, which is obviously a very long way to come from our little show on Reprezent. But yeah, the Irish MC producer duo are currently on tour celebrating their recent album, The Quiet Life, which released a couple of weeks ago. It's a really impressive body of work, which has a big range of sounds on it, including garage cuts, Like You, Rock and Roller, Heartbreaks, and Promises and Vibes featuring the legend MC Creed. So lads, how are we doing? It's good to have you on the show.
Yes, Zefer, what's happening, brother? Dublin City are in the gap.
Now, the album is brilliant. I've been listening to it this week. Obviously, in the build-up to this, I wanted to familiarise myself with the project. So yeah, how's the reception been? It's been out for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, it's banging, bro. I mean, we started off with a tune called Vibes. We dropped an album, took some time away, coronavirus thing happened, blah blah blah, and then we came back in, and first tune back was a pumper with Nickel and MC Creed, so we were from Nickel.
No swearing because it's radio. But it's alright, we can edit that out, don't worry.
That's my Irish language excuse. That was an Irish word. If Ofcom are listening, that's it. I'll spy again.
Yeah, you're giving Irish people a bad name on British radio. Come on, you're better than this.
Say no more.
Yeah, we came through with the big bumper with MC Creed, and then Heartbreaks and Promises, and then dropped the tape. So yeah, it's been magic, man. It's been really magic. Yeah.
How did the link up with Creed come about then?
Oh, well, that's all you, man.
He's actually a good friend with my uncle. So
really?
Yeah, my uncle used to spit with him back in the day. He used to work the doors of Ministry of Sound. He was a bouncer, and he ended up being a fairly close friend with Creed. So over the years, he always said to me, if you ever want to do something with Creed, let me know. And we always thought about it, but we never had the right track to work with Creed, because we were doing some other stuff before The Quiet Life, or what The Quiet Life actually became sonically. Right. So we had this track and was like, do you know what, Creed would sound amazing on that. So via my uncle, we linked to Creed. Creed said, look, big Uncle Tino, say, what's going on, brother? So we linked with Creed. Creed was like, listen, let me hear the record. If I like it, we can do it. If not, gotta move on. Heard the record, loved it. Was like, let's do it. So London and Dublin linked up for Vibes, man.
That's huge, man. I'd love to see that. Now, given I've seen this project, it's obviously been in the works for a long time. How rewarding has it been, obviously, going out and playing this to your fans? Because obviously you guys have been on tour now for a couple of weeks, is that right?
That's right, yeah. I mean, that's the payoff, isn't it? The payoff is really getting out there in front of people, playing your music, and giving it to them, man. Like our bread and butter really is the live performance. Yeah, it's the live show. That's where we feel at home most comfortable, and it's great to just be in front of people again after 2 years of doing nothing.
Yeah, of course.
That's what we love doing. Like, it's like everybody's just glad to be back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How is that then? Obviously, trying to, given live performances are obviously such a strong, part of, particularly your guys' artistry, with obviously the DJ MC combination, like trying to continue to work on that artistry throughout lockdown. Like, what was that like? I mean, I know the answer's going to be terrible, but
you probably went through it as well. Like, anybody creative or has any sort of artistic output, you had to dig a little deeper. Yeah. Probably during those times, because it was dark, it was heavy.
Yeah.
But I think the fruits of all of that labour we're starting to see now with the tour, with the release of the record, and we're just moving on from it, man. I think we all have to move on from it, because we're all sick of it.
We've had quite a similar thing with our label, where we actually started it during lockdown. And so we were like obviously putting all this work in for like 18 months and like seeing very little come back from it, because you couldn't obviously go out and do anything. And I carried on saying to the lads, like, if we just stick with this, we'll get out of lockdown and it's going to work well. And like it's been like exactly, especially our tunes, mate, the stuff that we come out with, like.
Oh shit, sorry.
Is it all good?
Yeah,
the mic all good.
Oh, nice one. A bogey one.
Now I want to get into the core of you guys and the music you make. So I had an Irish flatmate that I lived with last year during the pandemic, who was also a big DJ, big producer. He was into all of that. And I'd said to him a few times that I really wanted to come out. He's from Belfast, by the way, so obviously.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out Belfast.
yeah.
And I'd said to him I'd love to go out and like play my music there. It'd be really cool to go out and do that. And his answer was, forget it, not going to happen. And the reason was that he said that essentially in Ireland it's all house and techno. And there's not really a lot of room for the sort of stuff that we do. Mm-hmm. So A, is that true? And B, like, as artists obviously doing that, how has that been trying to build a profile in sort of an environment that's maybe not so welcoming of the sort of music that you do?
Yeah, do you know what? It's probably not that the Irish audience is not welcoming to it. It's just that there's not enough of it.
Right.
You know, the outside of us, you know, very few people do it. Like we are probably the leaders in that space.
Okay.
In terms of producers, like we have, like bass music didn't really exist in Ireland for many years. We had drum and bass nights, jungle nights, and stuff like that, but never garage. You know, no stepper nights, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that's all changing. The landscape of Irish music is changing for the better. Look, Ireland is open to it, and we're proof of that. Because people connect with our music, people hear the tunes, and they come to the raves, they come to the shows. There's just not enough of it. The more people that are out doing it, the bigger it becomes. Like I see, he hasn't been around for like a lot of the years that I've been producing and making music, but I see Prozac doing his thing now, right? And Prozac is an amazing talent, a really great producer. So, but really and truly, he's second up for years and years in a scene where you're looking around and hoping for more and more artists and producers to come on scene, but it's him and probably me in terms of making bass music in Ireland, you know. Look, it's growing. Listen, bro, if you went, you'd be welcome, and you'd
be we look after you. We get you a few creamy Guinness.
Okay, all right.
A lot of gun fingers.
Okay, you're tempting me here. I might have to make a little trip, you know.
Right, listen, you would do well. You would do well in the city. You would do well.
It's a house and techno scene, just out of historically. That's just what it was. But really and truly, Irish people love dark, hard, as you go rave music. They're there for the good time, the heavy bass. That's it. So if you spin the right rhythms, it's open for anyone, man. You know.
All right, we might have to make a little.
We're making it happen.
Label school trip over to Ireland. You know?
Steppers are welcome, bro. The steppers are welcome with open arms.
Well, it's great to have you both on the show.
I know, bless up, man. Thank you for having us here, man. Genuinely.
Obviously, very excited to see how the show goes for you guys in London tomorrow.
Thank you, bro.
I'm gonna try to get through for it, but no doubt it's gonna be a big one.
I appreciate you, man.